For your consideration. Holy shit. Series like this show how some people have no integrity on this platform. Nobody really knows where the show came from. Most people theorize that FYC was given to us by a higher being to punish us for our misdoings, but at least they could have given us better characters. Where did the creator go for his characters? Bargain hunt? There's a gangster in the show called Dino Scampoli because I guess the name Louis Lasagna Bambino is already taken. Dino's whole gimmick is the accent, I guess? Oh, silly me, how can I forget? He has finger guns, something that only shows up once in the show at the beginning and end. Jimmy Johns is also a character in the show. Wow, what an original name. I guess Firehouse Subs wasn't returning their calls. All Jimmy Johns does is fall over and shamelessly plug G Fuel. But there is one saving grace character in FYC. And if you have seen the show, you know who I'm talking about. He's not in that many episodes, but you can tell this guy gave it his all. Of course, I'm talking about the iconic Richter. Richter steals every scene he's in. Just listen to his dialogue.
Oh wow, I can't wait to watch the news. Hopefully that orphanage that I torched made the news this time.
Ha, ha, ha. That was such a lovely orphanage.
Mwah. Oscar-worthy performance. You can tell the actor had full confidence and respect in his work. He looks like he's having a blast in that banana suit in 80-degree weather. The only other character is Jason, and he's pretty good. In all honesty, though, the creator should have just ditched the sidekicks. The show would have been better for it. Oh shit, I forgot to mention the main character. Fuck this big-headed Doug Walker-looking head. All he does is react to stuff in that monotone voice of his.
So today, we're going to be covering Yokohama Kaidashi Kikyo, otherwise known as Yokohama Shopping Log.
Patrick's pet rock had more emotion than this bag of bricks. And his name is Our Leading Man? I guess the creative juices weren't flowing that day. Or ever. Let's just call him Earl, because I doubt this guy's ever getting a name. That's a pretty cool jacket, though. In 1941, Orson Welles changed the way stories could be told in a visual medium, and it only took until 2020 for FYC to shit all over that legacy. So, the story for FYC is like this. The pilot episode is not canon but is referenced in every episode. The story starts proper with Yokohama Kaidashi Kikyo, where literally nothing happens. The story once again tries to kick off proper in Night of the Living Dead, where Earl and Jason talk about the show FYC. So I guess FYC is about a show within a show? This episode's also shot on location at a graveyard, which is decent. It's a pitiful set though. The graveyard is smaller than the positives I have for this show. Hopefully they won't reuse the graveyard over and over again. So Earl and friend get attacked by some discount zombies ate my neighbors, and Earl runs away in a highly drawn out chase scene until he reaches the FYC room. At the end of the review, Earl and Jimmy Johns, who is there for some reason, get attacked by the vengeful spirit of George Romero for butchering his movie, and they hide in the closet. Earl then has a dream of Jimmy, who does a dance? Yeah, okay, David Lynch, what else is in this dream sequence? Jesus Christ. This guy wants to be David Lynch so hard, but he just can't. So Earl runs back into the room and fades to black. Thank God. Good thing this was a short series. I couldn't stand this anymore. Oh, come on! Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to renew this trite? I hope you guys like the skits from episode 2, because from here on out, they double down on them for the rest of the season. So season 2 starts with Earl and Jimmy coming out of the closet and come face to face with that zombie guy. It turns out to be the gangster Dino Scampoli. The three fart around until Earl has a mental breakdown.
I have to make a review!
So he goes and reviews some Japanese movie and insults Jimmy.
My family's dead.
Oh, hey, Jimmy. Sorry to hear about that. What are you doing here?
But instead of Earl acting like a normal human being, he just gives Jimmy a laptop and fucks off to get strangled by Jason. Unfortunately, this doesn't kill him and we're treated to this.
Well,
Now that they're gone, looks like I can finally start some jobs. Let's see what's on the market. Whoa, that guy? Well, easy money.
What the fuck is wrong with this scene? Was the mic so far up the director's ass they couldn't get good audio for this? We move on to the next episode. Come the fuck on. We're like 5 episodes in, and 4 episodes have been Japanese themed. Anyway, the topic is Ultra Q, but you wouldn't know that because it takes 7 minutes to get the actual review. The story for this episode has Dino and Jimmy trying to cure Earl of his trauma after the events of Night of the Living Dead. Wait, hold on, Earl was perfectly fine in Babylon. Why does he have PTSD all of a sudden? They probably just wanted a reason to go back to the graveyard again. So Earl fucking dies. And instead of cutting out the middleman and burying him right then and there, Dino and Jimmy bring him back to life. Then this thing shows up and they chase it around for a couple of minutes. The banana lad turns out to be Richter, a guy who's looked like he's having a bundle of fun during the hottest day of the year, and even has some backstory with Earl. Earl reacts appropriately by yelling at his friends who were just trying to do him a favor.
So, now that that's over, you think you got over your fears? No!
Earl fucks off back to the FYC room and takes a nap and enters another dream sequence with Kenny G. We are then shown a barrage of clips that don't even appear to be connected to FYC, and the episode mercifully ends. Next episode is Kenny vs. Spenny. Nothing happens in this episode, fuck this one. The Hard Bullet episode is an actual review this time. Too bad I fell asleep because the intro is 6 minutes long. The only notable thing is that Dino is hired by Jason to kill Earl. Hey, look at that, that plot detail from like 3 episodes ago finally made a comeback. This kind of opens up for some actual character moments, as Dino is conflicted about killing his friend. And that leads us to the final episode, which opens with Earl dying. And not a moment too soon. Great way to end the series on a high note.
Looking for me?
God damn it. Remember that character arc Dino was set up to have in the last episode about not wanting to kill his friend? It had a lot of potential to be a big character moment, but instead it gets resolved in the first 5 minutes because it was actually a double of Earl that Dino killed, which she is fine with for some reason. So Earl runs after Jason, while Dino and Jimmy look for Earl. But they were right next to each other. This story makes no fucking sense. So Earl runs around before having another stroke and makes another review before Jimmy finds him. They then get shot at and Jimmy pulls out his Ex Machina grenade shoe. Turns out they killed Richter, who was hired by Jason to kill Earl. Great, the best part of the show is gone. So they bring it back to the fucking graveyard again, where Jimmy and Dino get captured by Jason, who calls Earl. Turns out, Earl had a past as an assassin and worked for Jason along with Richter. Wait, what the fuck? This isn't FYC. Wait, this is a totally different project. Why is this part of the FYC series? What the fuck were they thinking? Actually, come to think of it, is FYC the show still happening? Is everything in the episode real, or is it all part of the show? FYC is like meth and my brain is just And that's not all. Earl actually gets a name.
That's right! You've always had a soft spot for your friends, haven't you, Nolan?
Wait, my name's Nolan?
Nolan? Really? Nolan? What kind of name is that? I'm just gonna keep calling him Earl. So Earl dresses up as the banana from Fortnite and shoots Jason in the face. But it's okay because they become friends. But Earl has another aneurysm which is caused by syphilis. How the hell did he get syphilis? There's no way this nerd fucked. Oh wait, it was caused by Sully and Kenny vs. Spenny. I guess something important did happen in that episode. So Earl dies, for real this time. Shit, he's alive. So Jimmy, Dino, and Jason mourn their friend's death, while Earl escapes into society like Hannibal Lecter and is hopefully never seen from again. Talk about a doozy of a story. I've seen tales on the back of cereal boxes with more complex arcs. Alright, who's ready for me to lose my fucking shit? First of all, why is everything in FYC about Japanese movies? Let's take a look at all the episodes. There's 8 of them. Now let's count how many of them focus on stuff from Japan. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's over half the episodes if you don't count the finale. If this was a school assignment and every Japanese thing was a miss, FYC would get a 50%. Then again, you can't spell for your consideration without an F. It's not like the skits are any better. The actors are barely taking anything seriously, and they seem to think that everything is funny and they corpse all the time.
So that's how we got King Kong versus Godzilla in 1962? We'll keep that in, I like that take.
If this was a real TV show production environment, something I totally know everything about, these guys would be laughed out the door. At least the guy who plays Richter is taking things seriously. There are only even like 2 locations in the entire series. They're either in front of that stupid green screen, a green screen they barely even use by the way, or in that graveyard. Seriously, why do they keep going back to the graveyard? But of course, I can't forget such iconic FYC locations like window and closet. And there are continuity errors galore in these skits. Characters go through different outfits and even hair in between shots. Earl's shirt is dry here, then wet like he threw up on himself, then back to being dry. Don't even get me started on the reviews. It's just Earl talking about a part of a movie and then Family Guy cuts to it. And somehow he fucked that up. What the fuck is this? Is reality tearing apart? Are we merging with the FYC dimension? Because believe me, I don't want to be a part of the world where this can happen to me. And it's not just this episode. In Kenny vs. Spenny, the footage is obviously flipped and there's a blur in the middle of the screen. Did they make this series by candlelight or something? Fuck this show, let's end it now. The show's bad. It lacks any polish, good characters, decent plot, variety, and it made me swear off bananas for life. That's why I'm giving For Your Consideration a C+. Go fuck yourself. Fuck this show.